Hello friends, welcome on my channel. Let's start learning again. As the name suggests, here I'm trying to learn with you as well as try to share my experience on different technologies. So today we are going to discuss Angular. Myself Pradeep Garg and having experience of 8 years in front end and back end technologies and currently working as a team lead in one of the MNC. So without wasting any time, let's start our outlines, course outlines. In the tutorial one, or we can say in the video one, we will discuss what is Angular and the software and the skills requirement to learn an Angular. In the video two, we will discuss about the single page and the multi-page application, which is the most important part of the Angular, the single page application, and we will uh, check how to set up the complete environment to start with an Angular, and we will create an one newly Angular based application. In tutorial 3, we will discuss about the module and the component, the core elements of an Angular. Definitely we will discuss all others as well in the upcoming videos. In the tutorial 4 or the video 4, we will discuss about the binding, the property binding, event binding and interpolations and their uses and what is the difference between them and how to use them. We will check practically all of these. Every 4 video, and in the 5th video we will discuss, or we can say we will revise all the backlog part, and we will discuss about the challenges, and if you have any question please just comment and I will try to answer all those. In the video 5 we will discuss all your queries in detail. Before directly jump into the any implementation part, we must know what is an Angular. So let's start with some basic knowledge about the Angular. Angular is front-end framework to basically to create a maintainable and the scalable web application. Angular is completely rewrite of Angular JS. The first initially we have an Angular JS, but later on based on the need and to improve the performance, the Google just develop, or you can say the rewrite the Angular JS into the Angular front-end framework. So currently we are using Angular 12. Uh, as I told you, it is developed by Google. The main development tool which we are going to use to develop an Angular application is the Angular CLI. CLI means command line interface. Angular CLI help to develop the application in much faster way. Like in later on we will create an component, module, directive, services. There are lots of things in Angular which we are going to discuss later on. We will create all those by using the help of Angular CLI. Yes, we can create all those components without Angular CLI, but in that case we have to create all those manually, and we just need to connect each other uh, through the manual instead of the, but the Angular CLI is in a complete automation command line interface which will create all those required files. Like if we are going to create any component, then in that case Angular CLI will provide us the HTML file, TS file, test file and the CSS file and all register the same in the module. So definitely we will discuss all these things in detail in the next video, where we are going to start our first uh, Angular application. In this image, I have tried to cover all the core component, all the core features of the Angular uh, regarding the modules, dynamic components, services and the bindings, JWT authentications, reactive form, custom directives, guards. Even we are going to discuss template based form as well, and the reactive form in the upcoming videos. So uh, this, this diagram basically define just excuse me. This diagram mainly covered all the main core features of Angular, or we can say all the main core elements of Angular. Angular code logic connectivity. Let me explain what is the mean by the Angular code logic connectivity. So as the name suggests, code logic connectivity, how the code, different code is logically connected with each other. In Angular, or we can say in every application having their own states. What is application state? Application state is a data shown to the user, or we can say any input or any view which is shown to the user, or any input which is provided by the user, like we have an one user input form where we need an employee information. So what is the application state in that case? Application state is the name provided by the user, like the first name, last name, all these things. And in the Angular, the application state is stored in the component. Definitely we will discuss in detail in the upcoming videos, as is the most important part, or you can say the heart of Angular. Second thing is design logic. Design logic is basically the front end view, the basic HTML page, the how your application will look. Like we have a number of div, input fields, labels, all these come under the design logic. In Angular we are using template to design the application. So here, as I told you, we have two components. One is to store the application state, one is to design of an application. So how basically these two are connected with each other, because if we need an application state, then definitely, as I told you, the application state is uh, a view to the user. And how we can create a view, we can provide a view through the template. So basically application state and design logic are connected with each other. Second, application logic. Again, application logic is written in the component. If let's discuss what is an application logic. Application logic is a programmatical algorithm which provide the data to the design logic. Basically, as we have one grid, so we need to display the data to the user. So how we can show? We can show the complete data through the template. Definitely we need to create a grid and the HTML in the HTML page. For that we need a template HTML page. And how to persist that data in a memory? For that we are using the application state. And how to get that data, how to create that data is using the application logic, which is again written in the component part. The fourth component, the main coding part, is the business logic. As we discussed, we need an HTML page, we need an application state, we need to create a data, like to create a data table. But how to get that data? Definitely we if we are going to show something, like if we need to display the user list, then definitely we should have the list of user in somewhere, might be in database, or we can get all those through from any third party application. For that, what we need in a services. We need in a some business logic which get the actual data. So business logic is written in the services. So if just let discuss in the reverse order. We have some data, we will write some services. Excuse me. We need to write some services to display that data to the user. We need some application logic where we will create a data table, and that data table we need to show to the user, and for that we need an HTML page, and to persist that part to at the browser end, or we can say at the client side, we need an application state. Advantages and goal of Angular. The first advantage is the separation of document object model DOM manipulation from the application logic. What is DOM manipulation? Any changes on the UI elements. Like if we are going to change the value of any input field, like we have some grid and we are going to just remove or add new row. So that is in a DOM manipulations. So in Angular, uh, we are in the DOM elements are separated from the application logic. So how DOM manipulation separate from application logic? Like in Angular, if we have one input field on your UI, like for the first thing, so each element, each you can say the HTML element is associated with the one property which is written in the component class in the application logic. So whenever the application property value changes, it automatically reflect on the UI. But in our traditional application, in the past, what we are doing, we are just writing some JavaScript or the jQuery code where we are getting that element through the class or through the HTML ID, the input ID, and later on we are just writing some code to manipulate the value of that input field. But here the whenever we are just going to change that property in the application written in the application logic, it automatically reflect on the UI. So how? In this way, the separation of DOM manipulation from the application logic in Angular. The second part, which is again similar to the DOM manipulation, here the separation of HTML logic from the application logic. So again, we have some grid, and in that grid, if we need to just showcase the user list, in that case, in traditional application, what we are going to do, we are just writing some JavaScript and the jQuery code where we are dynamically create a row and columns through the uh, backend data received from some Ajax calls. But here, the grid is associated with some you can say them kind of a property at the application logic. We just need to assign that, and automatically uh, it will create the complete data. For that we are using some uh, Angular tags in the HTML logic like ng4 for just for the loop perspective. Later on we will discuss in our upcoming videos. Third part is the separation of business logic from the application logic. So we have already discussed what is a business logic. Business logic is some kind of uh, you can say to get the data or to just store the data, like in any application. What we are doing, we are just getting some data from the server, or we are just posting some data to the server. So that communication or some kind of an uh, such operation to get that data from the database or from the third party application, or just to post that data to the third party application or to the database. So in Angular we are using services, and to showcase that data to the UI through the HTML page, we are using the application logic part through the Angular component. Maintainable code. So Angular, each and every part is divided into the component. A component is, as we discussed, component is nothing, it's a TypeScript based class. Okay, so which is associated with the partial HTML code. Later on we will discuss in detail. So each part is divided into the component. So one component is independent to other one. So if we are going to change in one component, so it is not going to impact on the other one. So how? In this way our code is maintainable, or we can you can say we can create a robust application which is more scalable. Single page application. uh, Angular is used to create a single page application. In our next video we will discuss what is the difference between the single page application and the multi-page application, but uh, uh, just for the basic detail about the single page application is that in Angular we will use a one single page application, which means we are going to use one single HTML page, and all other components are partially loaded into that HTML page. Basically we have only the one single page which is requested by the browser to the server, and server respond that, and other component are loaded based on the load on demand, or we can just get in one go. We will discuss later on. Testable code in Angular. To test that part from the UI, the Angular part, we are using Jasmine framework, or there are some other framework as well, those we can use. So we can write our unit test code for the Angular. So, so now we are just going to discuss what software we need to develop an Angular application. First, the main component what we need is a Node.js. We can download Node.js from Node.js organization website. You can just directly search on google.com. Definitely in next video when we are going to set up our environment, we will discuss how to install Node.js, how to download that. Second one is the coding editor, the Visual Studio Code we are going to use in our implementation part. Angular CLI is a command line interface. We have already discussed why we need an Angular CLI, and the browser, the simplest one. So do we need any skill set before learning Angular? So answer is something dicey. Definitely if we have a good knowledge of JS, we need that, because TypeScript is which we are going to use in Angular is you can say the superset of JavaScript, because browser only understands the JavaScript, but in Angular we are writing our code in TypeScript, and the Angular compiler convert the same TypeScript code into the JavaScript, which is further used by the browser to render our UI. So so we need some basic knowledge of JavaScript, and we need some knowledge of TypeScript. We will definitely discuss some basic knowledge, so some basic detail about the TypeScript in our upcoming videos. But if we have some basic knowledge of TypeScript, that will be truly good. Familiar with command based approach, because in our uh, implementation we are going to use Angular CLI, which is in a command line interface. So we we will use some command to create a project, to create some Angular element like component module through the Angular CLI. If we have some knowledge about that, that will be truly nice to have. So so guys, this is my first video on the Angular. Next week I will create one more video in next 2 to 3 days, where we are going to set up all the environment, and we will create our first application. Please share your comments and your feedback. I will try to improve myself, because as I told you, this channel is created not only to teach something, this channel is created to discuss something. So uh, so your feedback truly value for me. So please share your feedback. If you have any queries, just comment me, comment uh, in the below comment box, or please like and share my video and subscribe the channel. Thank you.